senator, nor am I aspiring to be one. Number two, yes, I was mildly distracted by the windows being broken and the terrorists outside. I fully acknowledge that, okay? So I was a little policy shallow tonight and a little bit terrorist deep, okay? I will admit that. Third, I'll say this, I don't speak for the GOP, right? I have my own ideas, and I actually think the GOP does a terrible job. But let me give you some ideas that I think you might agree with, okay? I think that vital products should be made in America, not in China. And we should use tariffs and sanctions to get it done. Vitamin C, penicillin, critical infrastructure should be manufactured here. I think American college graduates should be given preference to go work for American companies above foreign workers. And that means reforming the H-1B system and actually giving you, the American college-educated kids, a preference because we have a moral obligation to our own citizens over the citizens of another country. I think we should fully close the United States southern border. I think we should not allow illegal...
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you are new here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So today I'm with
Professor Peter,
and today we are reacting to
Charlie Kirk knocks arrogant liberal students down a few pegs.
Woo! So guys, please stay tuned and enjoy this wonderful video with us.
Hi Charlie. I want to say, by starting off, I was told by your wonderful assistant over here that I should tell you that I disagree with almost everything. Obviously, we have not had a 2-hour conversation. So, like, who knows? Maybe we had a few beers. We agree on something, but
I'll have water. You can have whatever you want.
All I've heard is stuff that I'm just like, what? First, I want to say that I guess as the first 2 hours of your speech was you complaining about kind of these leftists and kind of this, but I've never heard any policy positions. When I go to something like a Senator Sanders convention or someone on the left, they're going to talk about healthcare, inequality, inflation, growth, but you guys all seem to want to talk about is how the left does this or the left does that, but no policies on how to fix anything. So I guess that kind of goes with my first question is, what is the GOP's actual position when it comes to fixing inflation?
Well, a couple things. First of all, I'm not a senator, nor am I aspiring to be one. Number two, yes, I was mildly distracted by the windows being broken and the terrorists outside. I fully acknowledge that, okay? So I was a little policy shallow tonight and a little bit terrorist deep, okay? I will admit that. Third, I'll say this, I don't speak for the GOP, right? I have my own ideas, and I actually think the GOP does a terrible job. But let me give you some ideas that I think you might agree with, okay? I think that vital products should be made in America, not in China. And we should use tariffs and sanctions to get it done. Vitamin C, penicillin, critical infrastructure should be manufactured here. I think American college graduates should be given preference to go work for American companies above foreign workers. And that means reforming the H-1B system and actually giving you, the American college-educated kids, a preference because we have a moral obligation to our own citizens over the citizens of another country. I think we should fully close the United States southern border. I think we should not allow illegal...
I just want to interrupt you. Sorry. You were saying you're for a government program that puts American college students. So like
reforming the immigration system, right? So that big companies like Facebook don't do quasi-indentured servitude to bring foreign workers in and be able to compete.
But that would be a government program that would do that.
Well, yeah, the government program actually already exists.
Okay, so you're actually a conservative who's for increasing the government size, not for decreasing.
Well, no, I want a small but strong government. So I want things that are smart. For example, I'd love to have more Border Patrol agents and less IRS agents. So where it makes sense to increase the volume of government agents as long as it is pursuing a couple things that are core to my philosophy. A strong country that has borders, sovereignty, culture, and maintains a moral commitment to its citizens, that you should be able to work hard, play by the rules, be able to have a family, own a home, and see rising income and wages. Those are very basic things in a social contract.
Why is the increasing IRS agents, which are taxes that belong to us, they help pay for things like roads, GPS, infrastructure, basic things that you and yourself needed to get here.
Yeah,
why would that be so bad, having everyone pay their fair share of taxes so we can have a government that functions correctly? Well, obviously, government does work for everything, but we all benefit from government services every day.
I'm sorry, no one in this room is going to benefit from 87,000 new IRS agents. Instead, those 87,000 new IRS agents are going to be deployed against small business owners. But I could keep on going with policy examples. I can keep on building it out. But let me just say this. I love markets, but I'm willing to critique markets when I think they're not serving people and they're not serving the nation. I think our overindulgence in free trade fanaticism has been a major mistake over the last 20 or 30 years. I don't worship corporations, but I do think that entrepreneurs and private property rights and people taking risks are a general good for society. And not only does history show this, but common sense logic and material reality shows all this. I can give you more and more examples if you want of policy stuff.
Okay. You want to say something about that?
I'm speechless.
Okay, I think generally most of the things that they were trying to deal around there were Charlie Kirk was trying to deal basically on foreigners. He was trying to say if he was going to be able to speak on a particular thing in the government sector, he was going to appeal that foreigners should not be coming into the country so that they can actually build a more standardized economy. Because if even big brands like Facebook, for example, they can actually leverage. The point they was trying to make in general was to leverage on Americans. They are smart, so these things can be built here. Why take it out when these things can be built here? That's the same thing a lot of countries are facing. What they will have used to develop their country, they take it out to another country, and then or they give it out to other people. We're not saying you shouldn't give to other people, but outside that, also put priority to your people.
Yes. So guys, let's continue.
That's less actually interesting. The reason I don't go through policy stuff is that I'm not running for office, right? I don't represent the Republican Party. But if I can build out a worldview that you can agree with, then the policy answers will come naturally, right? So if you understand morals and values, then you could answer the next 1,000
I guess for me as a
policy
student,
questions.
I care a lot more about policy than what people say. Like what government does is a lot more important to me, and that's why I was confused why your speech was not about policy.
Because, again, I'm not running for office.
I want to ask one more question before I go. I guess for us, there used to be a thing called the middle class, or the idea of a growing and strong middle class.
Yep.
And I feel like for the past 10 years, especially on the right, maybe on the left too, for the more neoliberal left, but the right, that idea is kind of shrunken. I don't think there's a lot of talk in middle class. Do you view income inequality as a problem?
I totally disagree.
Income inequality, I want to say income inequality being the difference between
Let me ask you, though.
and the median.
I have a question. Why is it that the wealthiest counties in America all vote on the left?
Because that's where how money works and how capitalism works is how where all the wealth is, where all the people want to be. So Silicon Valley is all the jobs and all that
why
stuff.
do they vote liberal then if the left...
Well, in what ways they vote liberal? Not on taxes, not on things that I am for.
They vote for Joe Biden, they vote for
Socially,
Nancy
they're left,
Pelosi.
But they're socially left, but they're not economically left. Believe me, if you go to the Bay Area, they are very economically right. Dianne Feinstein is not left, in my opinion. So it may be left socially, but I don't think they're left in my point of view.
Yeah, but so then let me ask you then, why is it that the muscular class in America has shifted right over the last 7 years?
Not according to the midterms. I mean, you guys tanked on the midterms most recently.
You keep on saying you guys. I don't represent the Republican Party.
My apologies.
But I just want to critique one of your misguided premises, which is that somehow the right is not representing middle class voters. It's the opposite. Actually, states that are traditionally blue collar, muscular class, middle class states are now solid red states. Look at Ohio. Ohio is a state that used to be far left, and now it's more in the right direction. So what is the right actually doing about it? To answer your question, a couple things. We're rejecting neoliberalism. Like, how about this? We shouldn't send $200 billion to Ukraine, and we should instead represent our own people and close our own border. That's number one. Number two is that we should be unafraid to use tariffs and sanctions to say that critical infrastructure and things that matter should be made here in America. Whether the delusion on the left, and I just want to challenge you on this, is that the left has a bunch of people that talk a good game, AOC and Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, but when it really matters, they're nothing more than neoliberal shills that are willing to invade other countries, invite them into our country, and then lie to their voters under the veneer of social liberalism. The populist movement in America that represents real people, muscular class teachers, police officers, and firefighters, it lives on the American right because we listen to our constituents and we're willing to fight for ideas like tariffs, sanctions, closed border, and no more money to Ukraine. The left is shilling for all those things. Okay. Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Getting to the next one. Thank you.
Can I just ask, is the difference between the mean and the median income inequality,
there's
is that a problem
50 people in line. Thank you.
Is that
income inequality is a big issue, which is exactly why I support the things that I said. Next question.
Do you know, sometimes I just wish and I pray, I pray that I should be able to talk like the way Charlie talk. Like I love the way he talks. He's a very good public speaker with a lot of confidence. Like when he's speaking on stage, I just want to just be watching him, like looking at him, like Charlie, you are really, really trying, because it's not easy to like counter so many people opinion. Like, he's a very good debater, very, very good.
That's true.
He even deserves an award.
You know, clearly that was what I was trying to say earlier before. That's at the first point when we took a
Yes.
pause, when it was establishing that we need to develop our society. Now it's just trying to make up a point that even Joe Biden and so many other presidency who has ruled America, and they have been particular about bringing in people to the country and then sending in over $200 billion to Ukraine to support them during the war, which is not bad. However, they should put more energy to developing their country, using their resources to develop the people in their country. Now, American can actually go that far and that wide only if these the government, people within power in the government, are able to put up much energy to developing their country, just as other countries are, other world top nations like China, Russia
Yes,
are
that's
doing
true.
to their country.
China.
So that's just Charlie's fight.
Yes, China is really taking over. Like, the push coming from China. It's not an easy one. So guys, please comment below on your own opinion on this video. Comment below, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ngal Fashion Store.
Fashion makes sense.